What's up everybody, welcome to Free Game Friday, the series that comes out every Friday in which I share the best free games for the Meta Quest. Today we're checking out Grab. This is a free-to-play title that came out of nowhere just over 2 years ago. It rose to popularity due to its simple but endless gameplay. The game's tutorial takes you through the basic movement mechanics, which are the core backbone of Grab. None of the locomotion is thumbstick controlled, instead you walk by gripping the air and pulling yourself through the air. Jumping similarly requires you to grip both of your controllers and pull down quickly, thrusting yourself into the air. Climbing is pretty basic, allowing you to grab climbable materials with no real precision required. And then lastly, holding the trigger button releases a grappling hook that can latch onto certain materials. Once latched, it will automatically begin retracting, carrying you forward and maintaining your momentum. Compared to other VR titles, the Locomotion is definitely not as fleshed out, with each of the mechanics feeling pretty janky and unpredictable at times. You'll find that other games such as Climb feature much better climbing, and the same can be said for many of the other mechanics. What I'm trying to get at is individually, none of these movement mechanics are all that special, but paired together, along with restrictions imbued by certain materials, makes for a wide variety of possible gameplay dependent on how the levels are designed. Speaking of level design, let's get into what the game is known for, that being its level builder. Fundamentally, Grab is a community-driven game as it has very few developer-made levels. Instead, the game runs primarily on player-created builds, and some of these builds are just downright amazing. From elaborate parkour maps to beautiful works of art, the things you are able to dream up with just 12 materials and 7 shapes is absolutely mind-blowing. Thanks to the simple but deeply layered building mechanics, there's a lot you can do with very little level of entry. The first important layer is different materials, allowing you to restrict different types of player mobility so that you can get the desired outcome that you want from your players. Wooden brick lets them climb, ice causes them to slide, the green stuff allows them to grapple, purple slime makes them bounce, and lava straight up kills them. When all combined correctly together, this allows the builders to create sectionalized parkour that relies on the different mechanics to make players move. From the aesthetic side of the game, the marble material can take any color as well as a different level of transparency and glow. This opens the door to more stylized builds to partner with the limitations of the other materials. Additionally, there are triggers which can be used for all sorts of fun mechanics like creating a tracker as well as other more advanced logic, leading to a whole world of possibilities before even mentioning the baked-in keyframe-driven animation system. On a super simple level, all of the building mechanics are easy to grasp and learn. However, there's just so much additional depth behind each of the building mechanics that when combined together creates an almost endless opportunity for creation, all without ever needing to leave your headset. I mean, the building system is so simple that I had a literal child explaining to me how this game worked when I first hopped in. Even if building's not your thing, this game still has plenty for you to do. Apart from obviously joining random lobbies or messing around with your friends, there are quests and verified courses for you to explore and conquer. The movement can feel a little finicky at first, which is why I love the integration of the checkpoint system. Anytime you're on solid ground, you can place a checkpoint, which allows you to practice certain parts of the map over and over again until you start mastering the movement's weird quirks. There are thousands of hours of straight up gameplay, which don't require you to enter build mode once if that's the thing you're looking for. All in all, there's so many different creative and unique ways to experience Grab that I just won't be able to get into in this video, that you'll just have to hop in and experience for yourself. Things like free build mode, which allow you to switch in and out of build and play mode on the spot, opening the door for all sorts of exciting gameplay. You could be jumping around a parkour course trying to reach the end as your friend is in build mode frantically trying to extend the parkour as quickly as possible to prevent you from reaching your goal. Even doing something as simple as that leads to so much fun and chaos with just one of your friends. Grab leans fully into the sandbox experience, allowing players to create their own fun, which is very reminiscent of the days of Disney Infinity, if anyone even remembers that. But how is this all free? Well, just like in Gorilla Tag, Grab is primarily funded by cosmetics. They have an extensive shop with all sorts of unique cosmetics, from backpacks to squid hats to gorilla chests. Like most games, Grab has its own currency system, which can be purchased with real money or earned through daily logins and tips. Tips are coin donations from other players, which can be given out if they like your map. This gives an incentive for people to post and create maps that are really good and attract other players. The cosmetics can be fairly pricey at times, but there's a lot of player expression to be found to balance out the table. And all this funding goes to keeping the servers running and allows for future updates, which is always nice to see for free titles. And that's Grab in a nutshell. Like all the games I'll be covering in this series, it's free, so go give it a shot if any of this was of interest to you. You can check it out via the link in the description or by searching Grab in the Horizon store. Subscribe if you want to discover more free games, and drop a like if you're going to check out Grab. But with that, I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Bye!